Hello YouTube, welcome back. Nasty Nate AAA here with another free-for-all game. Went through for y'all. Today, we're gonna be playing as the Order of the Dragon. And got a fun one coming up here. Some pretty good players in this lobby. I think at least one of them. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time here. So we got water right here from the get-go. Up a little bit. Check out what's going on the map. I'm throwing my docks down. I didn't realize this, water wasn't very big when I first started this. I figured it was a bit bigger than this, but it is what it is. But we do have another body of water right below us here. Looks like me and Blue have scouted it so far. That's all the water on the map. Very surprisingly, there's not really that much. Just enough for a couple people maybe. That, and there's a little pond down here too. These other ponds, this is just shoreline fish, and this one as well, just shoreline fish. I'm not even sure if you can build along here, but I think you can build at least on the ends of it. But yeah, you can see that there are quite a few deep sea fish in these couple ponds here though, so it's not too bad. We're gonna be investing in that. We got the lucky spawn of the lobby, I'd say. Blue could have taken this pond, but for whatever reason, maybe he's not aware of the power of the water plays in this game. A lot of newer players aren't as experienced with that kind of thing, so. And in this game, I think we have one of our fastest, if not our fastest ever, potentially fastest ever, castle age timing. So you get to see that. So we put 5 on wood, and we're building boats right now. And we're putting the rest on food. You kind of want some, food to get your stuff going because it takes a long time for these boats to get online. So if you're trying to age up the castle as fast as possible, let me go ahead and turn down the volume here. Go. If you're trying to age up as fast as possible, you do want to supplement your ships in the beginning with some bills. I believe. We're keeping about 5 on wood for now, but that'll will change later. We get into this game. Nothing too eventful happening. We can go ahead and speed things up here. We're 651 right now. We're starting to saturate our gold so we can get our feudal age. I'm back up and running. You can see I'm moving now. I'm moving a lot of my bills that were on wood to the food here, to the shoreline fish, because we don't want to keep going on the ships for now because we're trying to age up the castle so fast. We're gonna leave it at about 6 ships. It looks like that'll be it. And now we're scouting. We've built 2. Well, we've used our king to scout a lot, I guess. We've only made 1 scout so far. And we're making a second one now, because we want to get more information about where relics might be. But it's not even the fastest possible age up. Making extra scouts, it's going to be slowing you down. We put 3 on the chapel. I think 2 probably would have been fine, maybe, to optimize the speed. But we'll see where we're going to. I just knew I was going to get up pretty quick with these boats, so that's why I put the 3. I wasn't sure about the timing here. Yeah, as you can see, we're a little bit early. We don't need this chapel, but it will help speed up our build gather rate, so that's nice. Right, and we also have a few on wood here, so we're not going quite as fast as possible, but we almost have the gold we need. And once we get that, I think these bills can go off gold. Well, actually, no. Well, since we want to get prelates, we're gonna keep some on gold. But as you can see now, pretty soon we're gonna do a forced turn in with all these boats here. We're gonna try to get our landmark up as fast as possible. So I think right now I do a forced turn. I don't quite get it, so then I force turn in with the bills as well. I believe finish off the last little bit here. And There we go. We got 1200, 850. We're gonna throw. We decided to throw our regnets right here next to the town center to keep it protected. So let's check our timing. So we started before 9 minutes. And keep in mind, this is a timing for nomad mode, so it's a lot. It's obviously gonna be a lot slower than you can achieve in a standard game mode. So that's a pretty nice benchmark to have here, I think. I'm sure it could be a little bit faster. Maybe 9 minutes it could finish if you really wanted it to. We're gonna finish ours about 9:30. Yep, 9:30. So there you go. Just to give you guys a example of how to get your regnet. And you can see now, we go over to we have a couple other Order of the Dragon players in the lobby here. Switch over to our yellow player. He's still in sorry, yellow's not or the flag, not the color. So let's go to blue over here. He did not go on water. The player I was talking about earlier who scouted it but didn't care. And if he just went on, he got a bunch of sheep. It looks like, wow, he got a ton of sheep and deer carcasses. So it looks like maybe he, I'm not sure if he got professional scouts or what happened here. But he does have a lot of deer right here for whatever reason. Maybe he just rallied them all there. But he's not even starting his yet, but he's close. He's about to start it. And our purple player, the other Order of the Dragon player, also just about to start his now. So let's go back to our perspective. Let's see, I can't get all the relics that I've scouted. Kind of annoying that way, I guess. There we go. So I've scouted a lot of relics, as you can see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we've scouted. I believe there were 8 relics on this map. Yeah, so there's one over by Bright and Blue's base. Actually, we have scouted that one. There is... Missed. I guess it's one of Purple's base, but I think we did scout that one. But we just barely maybe I haven't scouted this one here, actually. I think it's just showing that because, yeah, it's showing everything through the fog of war. So I haven't scouted that one. I'm not sure. I've scouted this one. It's kind of hard to tell. I think I barely did. But, it's kind of hard to say. We did miss one, unfortunately. Sometimes you just, unlucky with that. But there are a lot of relics. The point is that we're going to be out. We're looking to get a lot of those as we get into this game here. And now we're starting to, now that we've, we've got our age up and we're starting to spam our monks out, our prelates out. We should be making more, I think. Right now we have 4 on the map, so I guess that's fine. That's probably about it, enough. I mean, you want one just to get your relics as fast as possible. Keep spamming them as long as there's a relic still to take on the map. And then we're going to start transitioning into some stone and more, hopefully more fishing boats here. I haven't started those yet, but I'm probably a little distracted with gathering up the relics. Let's see how many relics we end up taking here. This one I think is gone. Or maybe, there it is, okay, yeah. Weird spectator mode, okay, so we got that one. Crazy, we took the one that was right next to purple. He could have taken it, I think he just didn't think that was a risk. He wasn't paying attention to my age up timing. There, it looks like. We went for maybe a farther one. Now there's only a single sacred site on the map, so I'm taking this just to like get extra gold for now. I'm not gonna try to defend it. I was debating when this game started if I wanted to do the sacred site thing, but when I spawned here on the the far side of it with the water, I was like, you know what, it'd be too much. It would take too long to get over here and get set up. Make it worth it, and it's like it's very easily accessible on all sides. There's no like mountains or big tree lines to block coming into the sacred site here, so I didn't think it would be worth it, even though it's very tempting, and I almost did it. This game, we decided not to go for it. We see now that blue is interested in taking the sacred site, so I'm gonna see what happens with that. And we have claimed 3, 4, 5 relics so far. I believe one of these other players claimed a few as well. Was it blue? Yeah, he claimed 3. So he has 3, and I have 5. So that's all the relics in the lobby, I believe. 8 total relics. And he's starting to wall. So we did notice this, I believe, if we look at I think we saw somehow, maybe with our vision from the water here, we saw this go up and we called it out to everyone in the lobby right away. And I've gone for, I'm trying to get to my H4, I think, right? Oh, I already have it. Okay, just kidding. We got the Swabby already. We're the only one in H4, which is great. We got our Swabby pumping more bills now, getting more boats on this new pond. We decided to take this pond since no one else was interested, shockingly enough. Some players, you know, obviously didn't scout it. They weren't aware of it. They were up in the corners. But as for players like blue, I have no idea why they never, or even like green, you know, he could have taken water here. Yellow could have taken water here. I'm sure they've scouted this by now. Very strange decision making. I guess I said there were some high skill players in Slamming, maybe thinking of a different one. But there's definitely is one pretty good opponent here, so we'll see what happens with that. So we see now purple is sending some units to try to deal with this, but it is fully walled. So I've made a siege workshop to try and deal with this. Made some cannons. I decided since I had such good eco with the with the water, with all these relics that I've gotten, I'm just going straight into like gunpowder type of units. Right, I'm going into cannons. We're gonna get some hand cannoneers out, stuff like that, and maybe some men at arms. We don't have much yet, but we are ordered the dragon, so you know, even a small army, of course, can be very powerful. Purple starting to get his rams going, so none of these other players seem too interested in helping out. Just me and purple for now, but that should be enough, I imagine. Blue doesn't have too much here; he just has a wall. He doesn't have like keeps and stuff going up or anything, so it's not a big deal. I guess he's not super invested in it. I'm not even sure why he walled it at that point. Now he's being attacked by green in the base, and he's lost all 3 of his relics. Just went down. It looks like he was trying to like do a Wolo, and he pulled all his relics out and completely bungled it. Wow. So green is now in his base, destroying him. So he had a bit of an issue here with me and purple. You know, like we're both trying to get on the sacred side. So I think I noticed this in a second and try not to fight his rams. I figure I'll just let him take the sacred site since he is already on it, but then for whatever reason he missed micros or he backs up and he moves his rams off, so then I have to come back and deal with it because I'm not aware of what's happening over here in blue's base. So I should probably be using my king ability right now. He just surrendered. Okay, just to see, because I know like people are gonna be focusing on blue, so I could have maybe intervened there. I probably didn't want to. Looking at this much mounted samurai with the kind of army I had, I think I would have lost everything there. So we probably did not want to mess with green. But it was probably good to let him have that kill. And now green pulls the first kill of the game, and teal gets the teal ignoring the sacred site completely, and he went and killed this player up here. So he killed pink. But right now green and teal both have a kill each. But green is only on 100 supply. Teal is on a little bit more, but still not really impacting this game just yet. We're only 22 minutes in after all. And I'm just, getting some extra keeps up here for defense. It's really nice to have keeps lined up right next to each other. This civ, can throw our relics in there, we can get the upgrades, and then, we have basically immunity for our king. Practically, like, even though we haven't walled on this map, as you can see, we don't really need to, because our king is very well protected here. Just transition from one to the next. As long as there's not a bunch of cannons or something coming through, hit us, we see. So something happens here, which is just kind of random luck. I'm thinking about hitting yellow right now. I'm thinking yellow is kind of a threat. He's Ottoman. He's gonna have free gunpowder. I know I can beat him as long as I don't get attacked. So I start walling like some of these places here, like this section here. But as this is going on, green is getting overrun by orange. You can see here. Because he's already lost all his mounted samurais to these spears and such. And he's decided, he wants to donate his king. So I see this on my mini-map, and I stop building the wall to let his king in, and then I realize, oh shit, not just him, not just his king coming, but there's a whole army coming too, trying to snipe that king. So we rush up here, we try to wall in behind, but there's already some units, my own units, and I probably should have switched to this, but doesn't matter because we're now in range of our keep, and he did get a hit off there, so he almost got it, but we luckily picked up the kill. So we've got a kill as well now. So free kill given to us, donated, king donation, very nice to see. Obviously, uh, very happy to see that because I knew it was going to be a tough fight against yellow. It wasn't going to be that easy, even though I know that for sure my economy is going to be like better than his. I know that he just has, he's been allowed to just sit back, so you can see he's already maxed. He's got everything he wants to have really. I'm a little bit ahead of that though because of my supply increase right now. I also am Lord of the Dragon, so my units are extremely powerful. So we'll see how this goes. He already has a lot of his Vizier points, it looks like. He doesn't have a lot of things besides Siege, though. I've noticed that right here he has a ton of Siege. Only a few Janissaries, and nothing else. So, we should be able... The problem is that all these Relicments really mess up my infantry, but if we can just surround him and quickly kill them, but we will take some losses here, as you can see. Without any infantry, any meat to soak up the hits, Yellow's army is overrun pretty quickly. So now we see that this player's also been killed, I think by Teal, perhaps? Take a look at Teal's supply. 250 it says, but I think he must have gotten this player well with this army. He just hasn't built the supply yet. That was the orange player that was killed by Teal. Now Teal's looking at purple while I'm hitting yellow. So once again, he's just making a lot of siege units. Really isn't, the best. I mean, yes, these are very expensive, very powerful units, but you do need some meat, some spearmen, some men-at-arms, something, some knights, anything to kind of soak up, tank for your units, right? So right now we see I pick off my second kill, the yellow Ottoman player, while Teal is moving into purple's base. And Teal, he's got an interesting combo here. He's got a bunch of Shaolin monks, and he's got a few these Juganus and grenadiers. So right now he's just kind of crazy how powerful these Shaolin monks actually are. Really interesting. I noticed you can build them from the pagoda and your landmark, and they only cost 200 food. So they're I don't know how they compare to like men-at-arms, but they're very defensive. They can heal themselves out of combat, or maybe even in combat. Not sure how it works, but they also have a defensive ability where they reduce the range damage, so they're very good against ranged units. Meanwhile, so it's a very nice combo for. I might have to try that sometime. I really haven't ever experimented much with the Shaolin monk, but I think after watching this game, I definitely want to try that out sometime. So let's speed things up here. So now he's got 3 kills, I believe, right? He should be 350. Okay, he's only 300 right now, but there we go. We just saw the supply dip up to max supply. Okay, so he's at 350. I'm at 300, but he's not quite maxed yet. Meanwhile, I believe I'm not either, but I'm getting there. And we're going to see an engagement pretty soon. I realized he's the last player left of the lobby. All of a sudden, I was kind of worried about that. I know he has a lot of kills. Our first engagement here, I thought it would go better than it did, looking at this army. But then, he's got a bunch of grenadiers here. We select his army. He's got 87 Shaolin monks and some 16 grenadiers here. So my siege isn't able to, the mangoes aren't able to kill these Shaolin monks quickly enough. They tank too much with the ability deactivated. And then the grenadiers are able to just clean up my hand cannoners pretty easily from the back. So you can see here the fight does not go in my favor. We're pretty worried at this point that we've just lost the game. Very surprising to see how powerful these monks are. Definitely have to try these out sometime. We're gonna try to wall a little bit and rally, remuster our army. We do have a bit of a bank here, I believe, or we spent it. We are a little bit, we're a little bit. We're not doing too well here. He lost a lot too, but he's ahead of me right now in military. Got 75 to my 62. Quickly trying to remake, and I do have a pretty big economy, so my bank isn't great, but my income is. Right, we're getting a lot of stuff, over 2,000. 2,500, 3,000 per minute in the main resources here. Also soaked up a lot of stone on the map, so we could even get more keeps and walls if we wanted to. He could have charged through there. He decided to come around this side because he saw my gold bills over here, I think, with his scout or whatever he was doing. And he also brought, he did pick up one relic. So there's a couple of relics down here, I believe. And there was one relic I think that purple had that Teal has stolen, but for whatever reason Teal has brought the relic with him. And now he's trying to build these I don't know if he's just, I was kind of thinking he was just kind of trolling me, or like he thought for sure, you know, after that fight that he was going to win the game. And he might still win the game, looking like it. But he built these docks here, and I was like, oh, I kind of freaked out. And I started building some Carracks to defend him. Because I was worried he might start sieging me from the water, you know, if he took over the water, I couldn't let that happen. So meanwhile, he pushes, he finds the wall here and he can't get through. He doesn't have any siege of his own. And he, I guess his bills, I don't know what happened to it, I guess his bills all died here to something. Not sure what. Maybe pulled him back. I don't know where they went. He's, yeah, see, if you can see, he's kind of trolling me or teasing me with the Wololo or something. Like, yeah, I beat you, man. You're dead. And he might be right. You know, he's got 100 military. Let's see what I'm up to now. 120. So now I'm ahead of him. I do have the Carrack here and one on the way here. He never finished his dock though, so that one won't matter too much. But I was aware that this was a possible threat. And he does come in with his monks into my base. Start sieging things down. Watch from his perspective here. See what he's looking at. Oh, that's an interesting camera. I remember I was looking at this guy's camera earlier, and I thought it seemed kind of strange that the way I thought he was a controller player for a second because of the way he was you know, panning around. But he isn't. I saw on the page he's not a controller player, so I'm not really sure, you know, what his deal is exactly. He might be a low APM, but it does kind of seem like he's playing with a controller. To me, like kind of panning around like this. Excuse me. Panning around like this very much made me think he was a controller player looking at this, but you know, it doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with him. You guys know something about that? I don't. But he does try to come in here and fight me. He doesn't. I don't think he realized the size of my army that I'd regrouped. And I did make a bunch of mangoes to make sure that we can just overwhelm those Shaolin monks, AOE, and yeah, got 12 mangoes here, so we've got quite a few. I think that what happened, one of the things that might have happened here is that Teal thought I was dead because he didn't think my economy pulled. But between the fishing economy that I've had in this game and all the relics that I've claimed, the 3, 4, 5 relics that I've claimed this game, I do have quite a powerful economy. And of course, Order of the Dragon is one of the most powerful civs. With the larger, it really pays off to have a increased pop cap. But the thing is, the opponent is also one of the best civs in FFA, the Zushi, with the Grenadier and with those monks, clearly. So he does have a higher pop cap than me, so it is a pretty tough battle here, back and forth. So he's you know, like I said, his Shaolin monks only cost food, so he for some reason made some, instead of making his base, he's made some extra food out here because maybe he was just being lazy or whatever. I'm not sure. He shouldn't have done this though. He should definitely have built that in his base, and he's paying the price for it now. So he did flank me with some of the Shaolin monks. We were able to clean him up, and right now we're just kind of scouting the map. We're looking for, I think, gold at this point. There is still actually plenty of gold on the map, but I just wanted to make sure he wasn't flanking me because he did try that thing with the ships. I was kind of worried this player might be a flanker, and I was trying to take this sacred site here, but I didn't realize that he does have a keep and some stuff going on here, I guess including the monastery that he built. I can't believe he didn't take this home with him. He should have put it in pagoda. Pagodas do give, maybe he wasn't aware of this, but pagodas, I believe, give much better results for Zushi China than a standard monastery for income per minute. It's really on par with HRE or with this Regnitz. They're pretty similar, but also have stone, so I think they get even better results from them. And he also he killed these players down here. Or I guess maybe it was Orange that killed this player. But he did not scout the map and he did not see this relic. I think there's actually 2 relics there, if I remember right. At least. And in fact, there were originally 3. But we'll see what he does with that. And we see another battle going down here. We're losing a lot, but we're also killing a lot. The reason we didn't do too well in this fight was not all my army was here. We're still being rallied from base, which I took a fight a little bit too prematurely, but I did want to get on top of this economy and these production buildings. We was starting to build some spring olds, and we do see that, we did lose some siege to that, unfortunately. Now we're kind of, we have a lot of idle villas. Hopefully we'll fix that soon. We can put them on gold, it looks like. Our opponent, he's dwindling. His military's really far down. He's kind of been pushed back into his base here, and I was still trying to get this sacred site to start the timer. Of course there's this annoying keep here that I haven't really picked up on yet. I start pressing through, and he does take another fight here, which kind of catch me off guard a little bit, even though I did see it coming. Unfortunately, he is able to push back, so and destroy. Even though I think I'm gonna barely win this fight, he has destroyed now most of my siege. So definitely want to regroup here and get these villagers that are just idle. Get going. There they go. Now, yeah, they're pumping. They're back on doing work, and I think we decided to also come back here and deal with this, castle with this keep, so we can take the sacred site. Maybe we haven't even noticed it yet, though, so it hasn't happened yet. I'm just kind of scouring the map, looking for things. And I do scout this relic here. Nice. Oh yeah, see here's where we start to realize, oh wait, we're getting canceled on this. I couldn't figure out why I was getting canceled there for a minute, but he's trying to come through again, and he is having some success wiping out my siege, but at what cost, right? So right now I'm at 300 supply, completely capped on military. I probably could have just run him over at this point, looking at how far behind he is after this fight. But I was still worried. He did seem like he really liked flanking. And once again, now we finally realized it, I think, that there's something wrong here, and we need to, if we want to take that sacred site, we do need to back up and go with this keep and whatever else is here. Which, fortunately, there's another relic. So this is where the 3rd relic was, right? So there's 2 here, I believe, and there's 1 here. So all the relics are now in my grasp if I want them. It'd be great. It'll really allow me to secure this game. You do see that we probably, based on what's happened or what his economy looks like, population right now, that we've already kind of done it here. We're gonna go ahead and cap the sacred site now. Build some keeps. We have grabbed these relics here, which is great. I don't think we've noticed that one yet, but we are capping all the relics. And just trying to make sure we have scouted that Teal's armies up here with their towers that he destroyed. We decided we want to just take a fight. Looking at the size of it, it wasn't too powerful. At this point, clean him up. And he hasn't quite given up yet, but see that things are looking pretty favorable. But that's still such a close fight, though. It's like, imagine if he was pop capped, like in any of these fights, he definitely would have destroyed me. It's crazy how powerful this composition is. I really want to try the Shaolin Monk out in some of my games now and see how that works, because it's wild that you can do that without, it's like you almost don't even need siege, because the Shaolin Monks are so tanky. You put them in the front with grenadiers behind, and it's just so they can heal themselves. You don't even need, do anything. They have a defensive cooldown, 50% for 15 seconds. That's great, right? Now we see that we have all the relics now. Let's take a look here. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 right here. And I believe there's one, yeah, there's one in here with my prelate. I did that thing where I shift click and he went inside. So we have all 8 relics. One is not giving us income, but at this point, you know, our opponent cannot max out. He's struggling too much with his remaining resources. And he decides to, I think he decides to tap out here pretty soon because there's no way for him to do that. But yeah, this was a fun game. I was quite a challenge beating Teal. I was expecting to kind of roll over him after roll over the rest of the lobby after I killed Yellow, but then I realized he killed everyone else in the lobby. So I knew I was in for a big challenge, and it turned out I was right. But it was a good game, and we pulled through, and we had a great day yesterday. Actually, maybe I'll pull up my my stats on AOE World and see. So let's take a look here. Yesterday we won our first game, we lost our second one, then we won 2, 3, won 3 in a row. We were 4 out of 5, and then this game was our 8th game, and we also won. So we went 5 out of 8 yesterday. That was the last game of the night. So we had 5 wins yesterday out of 8. Pretty good session for free for all. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one. Nasty and Triple 8 out.